Spike interview, and CrakAtak, who will be running Super Bomberman later today. Let's throw it over to them.
Thank you, Blecky. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to AGDQ 2017. I am Spike Cheetah, and I am joined right now by one of our upcoming runners. We got CrakAtak here, who'll be running Super Bomberman in just a little bit. Also, we got Centaur Prize Man. We'll talk about a few prizes right after this interview. CrakAtak, first of all, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I got like 2 hours of sleep. Let's play this video game.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, you talked about this beforehand. Someone was playing Mario Party across the door?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. They were just like so engaged in Mario Party 2. So I didn't want to break the party, dude.
Oh, you were nicer than I was like, dude, I got to run tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
Just tonight. Could you tell which one they were playing?
It was probably 2. That's the one where you can screw over the player the easiest, I think.
People think the newer Mario parties are as bad as it gets. No,
yeah,
man.
Back in
64
our day.
Mario parties, 2 and 3. That's about as bad as it gets.
That's how to lose some friends right there.
Now, CrakAtak. Now, as much as we're dogging on them, you are one of my favorite speedrunners of all time, and I mean that. And I'm not okay. It's not because of your speedrunning. Like your speedrunning's cool. Like, you've accomplished some really cool things and stuff like Ninja Gaiden 3 and whatnot. But you are one of my favorites because you are insane. You are absolutely insane with some of the things you've done over the years. I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson. We're going to bring you back to AGDQ 2015, the Ninja Gaiden Relay. This man played Ninja Gaiden 3, was the anchor for his team, ended up beating out Infested Reach and the other team by 1 second. And what did you do to celebrate?
It still works, by the way. So
how does that still work? That's what I want to know.
I just crushed it with my finger, and I was like bleeding all over the place. And it was, yeah. Like I don't know why I did it. I just didn't want the card anymore, and it still works, so I gotta play it.
Because it was funny because this was a game. You still want to run it, don't you?
I'll start running it this year.
You'll start running.
So
You went back and forth with Infested Reach on the world record for Ninja Gaiden 3 for a long time there, actually.
Yeah.
Is it just this feeling, was it frustration, more just kind of jubilation? Were you just so excited that you wanted to do that?
No, not really.
Just, he's insane. That's what I'm telling you guys, but in a good way,
Yeah.
You've also, in addition to that, you've done tons of, I know, crazy long streams and such. I mean, tell people a little bit about just what your product on your stream usually is.
Starting since around September, I do a weekly 24-hour stream.
Wow.
So I'm down to like 30 of them I've done over streaming.
Wow.
And I don't know why I do them. I just do them.
Do you have anything particular you like to do? Is it mostly speed running? Do you do casual plays? What do you do?
I'll usually do a long blind playthrough, and I'll do like Dark Souls 3, Majora's Mask 100%, and I'll try to finish in one sitting, and it's pretty hard.
I know you're
and
big.
I'll just do like speed runs for 24 hours, all sorts of different games, X1 through 8.
Oh, X1 through 8?
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the best speed game of those 8 for you? What's your favorite?
X6. Mega Man X6.
Really? Okay. Because that's one we don't see very often.
Yeah,
here
it's
at the
such a good.
GDQs.
That's my favorite speed game. Out of like 40-something games I run, it's like that's my favorite, dude.
Games committee, everyone out there, make sure you listen. X6 is better than you think. All right, what's the worst? What is your least favorite?
I have the world record in it. It's X7.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Is that an underrated speed game? Is that?
It's not too terrible, but it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad,
right.
though.
It's
bad. Who am I kidding? It's bad.
Well, awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your run coming up here in just a few runs from now. You got Super Bomberman. How are you feeling? That's already the answer I needed. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling like fail.
Okay.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I was finishing like 1 out of 4 runs in the practice room.
Woo.
And I was cursing out the game quite a bit. If anybody was in the practice room.
We're sorry in advance, PCF, for any words you might drop as we go. But
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what particularly can we look forward to there? What is it that makes that run challenging to you?
I die once and run over kind of thing.
Oh.
Like you got one hit kind of deal.
All right.
And then you gotta get a frame perfect trick at the beginning, like 2-frame trick, to get the map set. So I'm gonna be resetting over and over and over again until I get it.
All right.
So fun speed game. That's how all speed games should be. Yeah.
That seems to me like the perfect AGDQ CrakAtak run, honestly. So I think we're all very much looking forward to it. CrakAtak, I give you best of luck, my friend. I hope you're able to pull it off. Let's send it over to Cent real quick, talk about some awesome prizes that we got for you guys today.
Hey, Spike, I'm glad to be here. And you know what? I'm looking forward to that Bomberman run.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm hoping for the GDQ miracle. And,
Right.
Crack, I know you can
Sounds
pull
like
through
it.
with it.
I'll
So
try.
speaking of the Bomberman run, we have this lovely illustration
there
here
you
done
go.
for us by Marlo Dobb, actually made specifically for the event and for your run. So
Nice.
Wow, that's
it's
awesome.
really
Very
nice.
nice.
Who was
Yeah.
that donated by?
Marlo Dobb.
Okay.
Yeah, she's an artist, made it for us.
Very
just
nice
especially.
work.
And we actually have something really cool here from our own in-house artist, LOK.
Oh, yes.
She did all the banners for the event. You can see them on the page. But what we did is, we printed them out. Thought it'd be nice to have them physically, and
Oh, there we go.
they look really nice. So we're giving them away to people. So that is $50 donation total throughout the day. So any number of donations, as long as they total up to at least 50 today, gets you in to win that specific banner.
I'm going to assume today means until midnight tonight.
Until midnight, about
Okay.
midnight tonight.
Well, that's awesome. Well, once again, guys, you see we have tons of great prizes. We are just now, we're at almost $170,000. We have barely cracked 24 total hours in this marathon.
Crazy
we have
pace.
so much great content left for you guys, all these great prizes, all these great runs. CrakAtak, we're hoping for the miracle, bud. And with that, I think we're going to send it back up to the front, back up to Blecky, and get you excited for Sunset Riders. Let's go.
All right.
All right, I cannot get enough of those perlers there. I just love checking them out. Yeah, we have so many. I mean, you've got prizes there to check out. You've got these donation incentives. You've got bonus games to donate towards. So really just check out our list. I mean, if you're looking for something to donate towards that's really coming up real soon, we've got Battle Clash Any Percent. I've mentioned it before. I've mentioned it again. It's being called Mirror Mode. That's not the game is flipped. That is the fact that the runner will be using the Super Scope and completing the first 3 stages of the game using a mirror instead of aiming at the TV. I want to see that. Let's get that in. It's currently at $1,800 out of $2,500. So we do still have a ways to go. We've made so much progress on that incentive in the past hour. Let's keep going. I'm going to try and see what other support we got here for Toad, as even though the run is done. Anonymous with $10. I see you, Toad. I finally see you. You get to throw my money at what you want. Anthony Gambardella donates $5. Go Toad. It just isn't a Toad playthrough without a little bit of singing. Let's go Raiders. All right. We got a quick ad from Tiny Build, so let's check out what they have for us. Thank you so much. Love Tiny Build games. I remember playing No Time to Explain Myself. Very, very fun game. We've got one more word from our sponsors coming up for you guys. As we get set up for Sunset Riders here, we got a few more donations. Purple Monkey 72 donates $500. I'm going to be sleeping during the Pokemon run because I work night shift, but Rayquaza should be named after something cool. So how about a Mayan god? This goes to naming Rayquaza Kukulkan. Thank you so much, Purple Monkey. That is very, very generous. Tony Hellender donates $20. My girlfriend is 28 and currently fighting cancer. She is watching here with me, so please shout out some love for her. Her name is Monica. P.S. Kill the X-Parasite, a.k.a. the animals. That one was for you, Monica. Thank you. Anonymous with $25 saying, break these games. We'll do what we can for you, Anonymous. Another anonymous donation for $20. I love watching the speedruns and donating to such an amazing cause. And as always, save the frames, kill the animals. Another generous donation coming in from Agent Aquarius with $500. I missed donating for the Kirby Tilt and Tumble incentive, but let's see some more physical challenges for fun Nintendo games. All right, let's get started with Gus Mancini playing Sunset Riders.
So this is Sunset Riders. We're going to be playing on hard, using a pistol character.
Unfortunately, not the pink Poncho Cromano on the right. But Steve's a good character, too. He has some advantages over Cromano that we'll go over later in the run.
All right, for ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
So a big part of this game is just getting on the right side of the screen, because if you're familiar with Contra 3, you don't actually always have to be moving to the right to scroll the screen. You just have to be on the right third or so of the screen. And there are 2 power-ups that are essential to this run. One is the double pistol, which is a silver star, and the other is the auto fire, which makes your bullets very flamboyant pink, and also means that you don't have to mash in this game, which is nice in your thumb. So yeah, he's taking this route here so he doesn't accidentally pick up the dynamite, because what happens if you walk over the dynamite is that you take time to pick it up and then you have to throw it out of your hands, and that's a pretty big time loss in this game.
So he has 2 options for trying to move to the right-hand side of the screen. You can either keep sliding, or you actually advance on the screen a little bit as you jump. So sometimes he'll pick one over the other.
Yeah. And you're about to witness some of the best voice acting in any game ever. And the first boss is coming up. A big part of this run is actually the boss fights. But I'll let you guys listen to the boss a bit. So he walks to the left there, so he can be in proper positioning so none of the bullets hit him as he's firing at the boss. And this boss has a quirk where if he loads his gun, he's going to fire 2 bullets. And if he doesn't load his gun, he's going to fire 4 bullets. So that's how he knows how many bullets the boss is going. The boss is going to fire, and he dodges accordingly. One of the best lines in the game. So coming up next is the second stage, which is actually an auto-scroller. This game actually has a lot of auto-scrollers. There's one here, then there are the 2 bonus stages, which technically aren't auto-scrollers, but you can't really do anything to speed them up. And then there's the second to last stage where the first half is an auto-scroller. Unfortunately, in this stage, there are no power-ups, so he'll have to fight the boss with a single pistol with no auto-fire. And now would be a perfect time for donations.
Wonderful. We've got Wasted Jamaicans with $250. Greetings from sunny Iraq. I wanted to go to AGDQ this year, but unfortunately my unit was deployed. I can't really watch because the internet is so slow, but Games Done Quick has my support anyways, and I know I'll have 2 weeks worth of speedruns to watch when I get home between AGDQ and AGDQ 2017. Good luck to all runners and kill the animals. Minx-a-lot with $20. Got home from MagFest yesterday, and AGDQ is the perfect way to fight those post-con blues. Keep up the great work and save the animals. Bessens with $100. Greetings to GDQ and all speedrunners. Always enjoy watching your speedrun charity events. Keep up the good work. Hope there will be many donations to support the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Special greeting to Germensch for restreaming the event with German commentary. Yes, that is right. We have several different retranslation restreams going on, and be sure to keep a lookout for that, because those are some great streams, and we're really grateful that they can kind of widen the community a bit and really bring it to people who whose first language is not English. Suterusu donates $10. Longtime watcher, enjoying my lunch watching games and doing good. Kill cancer with a super scope with a mirror. Fingers crossed for that one. Sparta Command donates $50. This is my donation for the year in memory of my uncle, who we lost 2 years ago on Christmas to cancer. Donating for the good ending, for all of us to hopefully have a good ending. That was a couple games ago, but thank you so much for that donation.
All right, well, we're actually coming up on the second boss now, but thank you for reading out those donations, Blecky. And this is Hawkeye Hank Hatfield. He's not too hard, but he's pretty RNG heavy. He can either dive or poke out of the boxes. You want him to poke out of the boxes and shoot at you, because that's the only time that he's vulnerable. But it's kind of random when he does it. So what you want... This is a lot harder with a pistol character.
I was just about to say, this is one of the few instances in the game where it's so much better to have the shotgun for the giant spray you get by the time it gets to the top of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that he only has a single pistol makes it a lot harder to hit the boss. Now, once he gets to a certain health threshold, he'll actually dive down and try to shoot at you on the ground, but that actually just leaves him vulnerable for the entire time, and you can take care of him before he can even shoot at you. Like that. That was a good fight with only the single pistol.
Yeah, everyone went pretty well.
Yeah, so like even if you have the dual pistols, they'll like, it's at such a wide angle when you fire that it doesn't have very good coverage. Which even though the pistol characters are faster, mainly because of the final boss, it's a lot harder to play as the pistol characters. And this is the bonus stage. There's nothing you can do to speed it up really. You just get to fire at multicolored cowboys.
Probably have time for 1 or 2 donations.
You got it. We got some Sunset Riders love coming in. Taylor H donates $7.77. Had to donate during Sunset Riders. Played this game in the arcade in my town all the time. They got rid of the arcade though. Feels bad, man.
Ah, too bad. So what's interesting is actually the arcade version and Super Nintendo versions are actually 2 very different games. While they do have the same stages and enemies, like the stage layouts are completely different. And while most arcade games are actually harder than the console versions, you could actually argue that the Super Nintendo version is harder than the arcade version because the bosses are tougher in the Super Nintendo version, especially Chief Wigwam and the final boss. But overall, I would say the stages in the arcade version are more difficult.
It's worth noting the differences between the different difficulty modes. So Gus is playing right now on hard mode. Hard mode has a considerable amount more health for all of the bosses. And one of the other interesting quirks about this game is when enemies shoot their bullets, depending on your difficulty mode, that determines how fast the bullets move. So on hard mode, this is the fastest that the bullets will move. But on easy mode,
it's worth noting that the flames don't actually kill you until they're fully formed there. So
right.
If you think he was supposed to die there, he really wasn't.
On easy mode, the bullets are considerably slower, which makes it almost debatable whether, in terms of a speed run, the easy mode is actually much easier, since you can have bullets stay on screen for more than half the stage.
Yeah, although the boss fights are a lot
definitely
easier.
way harder on the hard mode.
So there is a quick kill on this guy. It is positioning dependent, so we'll how Gus does on it. Whoa. All right, so what was supposed to happen was that he was supposed to jump down, and the boss was simply supposed to fire at his feet at a certain position. Yeah, you're just gonna have to play this safe. Yeah, the boss is actually invincible as he walks away from you. All right. So unfortunately, for this fight, Gus can't be fully powered up because it's just a boss fight, the Smith brothers, and I think you only get a double pistol during this fight, which means you don't have the auto fire, which means you can't pull off the quick kill. That AAA voice acting, people. So he's collecting the double pistols just to make this fight a little more manageable. And what he's trying to do is lead the bombs away from the chandelier so he can still fire at the Smith brothers.
I didn't jump up.
Actually, grabbing onto the chandelier to flip up is so much more difficult than it looks.
So I'm gonna
do because it's constantly moving. So this is the safe strat. It's not the fastest way to fight this guy because not all of your shots are hitting because some of them are blocked by the tavern sign, but he needs to preserve his lives at this point. And this is where that darn Nintendo censorship comes into play. So instead of having proper dancer and fishnet stockings, they have flapper girls from the 1920s. I know this is a bit too lewd for you guys. I know that's supposed to be a PG stream, but you know, you'll live. So in these stages, where the red bandits used to hold dynamite, they actually hold bombs. And this is a lot different because the moment you shoot one, they'll drop the bomb, and the moment it hits the ground, it'll explode, just like that. And bombs in this game have very large hitboxes, and it lingers for a long time. So to take care of these guys, you either want to shoot them from a distance, let them throw the bomb, because they only need one to kill you, apparently, and then you fire at them and you're safe, or you walk past them a little bit and then fire at them so that when
That's okay, because it's the beginning of the stage.
Yeah,
Shade
you're
stage pretty
fine.
short, so. Plus it resets my points, so at 50,000, 150,000, 300,000, you get extra lives, so makes it a little bit safer.
Yeah. This is not an easy run, just because, as I said, as the pistol characters, you don't have a spread like you do with the shotguns, and even when you have the double pistols, you do cover more of the screen, but it's a very
Just take it safer.
But it's a very spread out coverage.
Yeah, he's basically double handicapped himself for this run.
So it's probably worth discussing the character differences. So the main differences are the pistol and the shotgun characters. The two pistol characters are on the left of the character screen. There's Steve and Billy. Gus is playing Steve, and there's Bob and Cormano. Cormano, you know, being the greatest character because he has the pink poncho. And it's worth noting that there is a quick kill for this boss, El Greco. If he does it correctly, he'll have his be shooting through his shield, and he got good RNG. That was a great fight.
Yeah, he wanted him to not jump down, and he did exactly what he needed him to.
Yeah, usually he doesn't, as long as you get the positioning down. It's like maybe a 20-25% chance that he'll actually jump down. So during this bonus stage is probably a good time to go over the character differences a bit more. So even between the two pistol characters and the two shotgun characters, there are differences. So out of the two shotgun characters, Cormano would be the superior one because his shotguns are a little lower horizontally, so when enemies crouch, they can't crouch under his shotgun fire. And he has a quick kill on Paco Loco that Steve is unable to do because his guns have a steeper angle when firing upward. And out of the two pistol characters, Steve is the better one, and Gus would know better why Steve is the better. Oh, wait, I remember. It's because he actually can't do the El Greco quick kill with Billy because his pistols don't push out as far.
Yeah, the pistols in for Billy don't aim high enough to hit the shield, beyond the shield.
Yeah, so coming up is probably one of the toughest stages in the game, Chief Wigwam. In the arcade version, you know, he would be backed up with his Native American buddies, but you know, that Nintendo censorship getting in the way. But anyways, the reason why this is a tough stage is because there's so many enemies, including those bomb throwers, as you saw right there. And that it's just very hard to consistently stay on the right side of the screen while taking care of all of the enemies and dodging any bullets that might be on the screen.
Yeah, striking the balance between killing enemies behind you, which involves having to slow down, and then also taking care of the bomb guys in front of you, makes it difficult to keep the screen moving as well.
Yeah.
Also, he took advantage of the fact that whenever you pick up a power-up, you get a very brief amount of invincibility frames. He used that to avoid taking damage from some of the rocks that were coming down the mountain.
This is the second hardest boss in the game, easily, and you'll see why. Nice.
That was a really great fight.
After the 100 or so times they shot him.
I think that ship has sailed by now.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, he shot all the other ones, you know. But you know, he's a merciful guy.
They're still gonna pay me though.
Exactly. But so yeah, the way that boss fight works is that he can either slash at you 2 or 3 times, and when he jumps, he'll always throw 4 knives at your position. So since it's always based on your position, Gus just has memorized the fight well enough that he knows like whether to move like slightly or whether to jump out of the way of the knives if he needs to. And he avenged me because I have actually not done that fight deathless in a marathon yet. And since this is the second auto-scroller, now would be a good time for a quick few donations.
Perfect. We got $15 from What a Beautiful Du Wang saying, enjoying the Sunset Rider speedrun. Go Gus Mancini, go. Save animals also. Noku Heart donates $15. Greetings from Israel. Love watching people speedrun Sunset Riders. Put this money towards the name of Fly user and Pokemon Emerald being Bronard. Dale148 loves this voice acting because he donates $10 and says, bury cancer with my money.
I like it.
Had to donate during one of my favorite games.
Okay, so during this section, there's actually something kind of interesting. Because the game has a sprite limit,
I actually messed it up.
Oh, okay.
I killed one extra guy and ended up spawning a guy behind a tree, and if I don't kill him, he ends up killing me.
Okay.
If I do the old strat. And there's a life behind that tree if you didn't know.
Yeah.
They just hide hidden lives and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep your powered up pistols for this section because there's a quick kill on this boss, and this boss is actually really hard if you don't have complete power ups.
And it's still easy to mess up.
Uh-oh. Good
I
save.
got the backup, yep.
Yeah, so what he wanted to do was hit the guy who was throwing bombs up in the tree, but he wasn't able to hit him, so he had to slide out of the way. But he didn't lose much time, and he was able to keep his power-ups. Now, coming up is the final stage, which is probably the hardest stage to go through because there's a ton of bomb throwers and fast bullets coming at you. Fortunately, if the first section doesn't go too well, there is a complete batch of power-ups in the second part of the stage.
And the boss is no slouch either.
Yeah, yeah. So he's making sure to take care of the enemies behind him, just so there aren't any bullets coming from the left.
Yeah, they can really pile up fast as well.
Yeah, see, that's how fast the bullets are. All right. You know how to clear this, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, this can be a very troublesome section if you don't take care of the guys in the windows, because they can shoot you really fast. So here's the final boss, Sir Richard Rose. He is very RNG heavy, but I'm going to let Gus concentrate on this trick and see if he gets it.
Got it.
Nice. Okay, so what he's doing is that he's actually hitting both the boss and the balcony at the same time. So he was able to completely skip the first phase. And because he's a cheater, he does that. Now, if you actually don't kill the balcony in time, he'll actually go through that first phase twice.
Oh, he's not coming in.
Oh. Yeah, and since he got past the first phase, none of the enemies are spawning anymore. Wow, I can't believe he didn't die. Yeah, and a fun fact is that if you're at point blank range, his first bullet will never hit you. It's very strange.
Time.
Nice, time.
I'm really happy I got that quick kill.
Yeah.
It was the one thing I really wanted to get in the run.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but the first phase is nearly impossible with all those guys.
Yeah.
That was a great ladder half, and the ladder half is what really matters in the game, because it's when the game gets really hard. So give a hand to Gus Mancini. And that's Sunset Riders. Now, there is actually a second loop to this game, which has even faster bullets and even harder patterns. Like, if you thought Chief Wigwam was hard throwing 4 knives at you, he throws 6 knives on the second loop. But no one's really seriously done a run of the second loop of this game.
And also, almost none of the quick kills work on second loop as well, because the bullets are too fast.
Okay. And that's Sunset Riders.
Yeah. Hope you
Back
all
when
enjoyed.
Konami made some great games.
Awesome run, Gus. Stay tuned, because next up we've got Super Bomberman, played by CrakAtak. You might have seen him before in the interview. In the meantime, more donations coming in as always. Jesse McCree donates $15, saying, "It's high noon." A fistful of dollars for the streamer's choice. Anonymous with $100. "You want to cure cancer? Shut up and take my money. Good luck to all runners and have fun." G. Chris donates $20. "Loving AGDQ so far. I'll chip in for mirror mode on Battle Clash, as it sounds crazy." Yes, it sure does, G. Chris. So